Headlights, bumper, light bar, it's all looking good. Another item on my list of things to, one of the things on my list of things to purchase here very soon, because I care about you guys and the level of entertainment you receive through watching my videos and the quality, I would like to purchase a new camera soon, a Canon T6i preferably, and with some lenses and an aftermarket microphone and stuff like that, because listen, I enjoy making the videos and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. I really do, and I would love to be able to up my game to make sure that you guys can have the greatest experience possible while watching my content, and that you guys can find it the most pleasurable to enjoy and watch. I'd like to be the best that I can be at my stuff, and if my content is not up to spec with video quality and audio quality, I'm just kind of limiting myself to how many people are going to want to actually subscribe and keep watching the videos. So I really do hope I'm able to get a new camera soon with a new microphone so that you guys can really enjoy the videos and have the best watching experience possible. So I'm gonna get over to my buddy Jeshua's house, letting the truck warm up before I do anything further, though I usually let the truck warm up 5 to 10 minutes before taking it on the road or driving it or applying throttle whatsoever. And then we are going to be doing some stuff over at his place, his truck, and then we are going to be getting to a Q&A. I sent out a Q&A message. I said, hey, if you want to be in the Q&A, send in your questions. I'll leave my Snapchat here so you guys can be in the next one, or just, you know, feel more involved and updated on everything that's going on the channel behind the scenes. I mean, I sent it out a couple minutes ago and I'm already getting freaking tons of messages. You guys never fail to blow up my phone, so thank you most of the time. Thank you. Sometimes it gets a little bit over the top and I'm kind of like, I just can't, to keep my sanity, I just can't respond to every single comment. I will never get anything done throughout my days, and it'll just be a very, 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 very long day if I respond to every single comment and straight conversation. So it's not that I don't want to respond to you guys, because trust me, I would love to respond to every single person if I had that kind of time. Since I just don't, and I've got to get life, you know, dealt with, and I've got to do stuff every single day, I just can't afford to sit on my phone every single day and respond to every single question or Snapchat or Instagram direct message or anything like that. So if you don't get a response, don't think I'm just trying to be a jerk. I just can't respond to everybody. So I'm gonna get on with this day. Hopefully I can make the video entertaining and get to some of you guys' questions at the end. We're gonna see what old Jish was up to. Here's his truck here. Okay, bros, so here's what's going on. I'm not gonna look at it, but you can look at it through the camera. I don't know if anything's happening, but it's supposed to be some solar eclipse crap today or something. That's cool.
Temperatures dropped.
Yeah, it got like way cooler. It was like freaking 92 degrees out here. Now it's like a cool 75. It's kind of funny. What are we gonna do with your truck, bro?
We're gonna put a toolbox in it that came out of my dad's truck, but somehow we have to get it from behind all that crap.
Sitting back there on some barrels right now, so it's not in the mud.
Yeah.
Keeping it dry.
I think I'll back my truck up right there. I don't know if there's nails everywhere or not.
You know what? You might not want to do that. I think we can just carry it over, because I think I had an extra couple nails in my truck when I backed back to that one time. You remember? Because this tire went from like having a nail in it to like completely flat when I got home that night. Yeah, bro. Talk about bald tire problems. It's like once your tires start to get bald, there's just got to be more things to make it go worse.
Yeah. Well,
screws in them and everything.
My tires are doing okay.
Hey, dude, how many miles have you put on these tires? And they look about the same as they did when you got them.
Like 30,000 miles.
They've always looked almost bald, except for the front ones look a little bit better.
KO2s, baby.
Yeah, those tires are a pretty good tread wear on those. They come with a 60,000 mile warranty on those tires, because they usually run pretty good for a long time. Now, I don't know if you guys are into big bucks, but if you are, I'm gonna leave it right here. Go subscribe to Brotherhood Outdoors. But also, he was sitting on his porch, okay? And there's like a lane here with some houses and stuff, but he was sitting on his porch, and they have the last house on the lane, which is actually really nice. And he had like 2 nice bucks come walk just right across there and go chill like right down by his porch. I was so ticked. I mean, happy for him, but I was like freaking, like, I've got cameras out there in the woods and everything way out, and they're like freaking no buck pictures right now. It's kind of funny. So what are we gonna do with this thing? You gonna back the truck down then?
Yep.
Okay. Probably good there. Can you do this by yourself? Bro. Not that this pointing is gonna help, but bro. Is it already
Apparently
full?
There's tools in it right now.
It comes with tools, bro, and hardware. Bro, does it go that way more?
Yeah.
Yeah, go that way. More, that right there is perfect. Is it perfect on that side?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sick, bro. That's perfect. Oh, bro, you got yourself a shovel.
I got some
You got a
pathetic
bury a
Dextron.
body. I mean, some people say never get the ones open from the side. I like this one more.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't have to jump up and have to have both hands on both sides. Like ours gets locked up all the time to where
Dude, check this out.
you have to lift this side, then you have to go to the other side and unlatch the other side too, because it gets all caught up.
Check out this wasp nest.
Oh yeah, bro, this wasp.
They just added on another tunnel. It's still wet mud. Look at all the dead stuff in there.
There's like spider carcasses.
They just kill spiders all day long and eat them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Those are legit spider legs, bro.
Look how many they killed.
Bro.
Hold up. Before I get stung by another one.
Give you one last look at the toolbox here. He's got to finish putting on the parts that bolt it down. That was a good little visit. No cars behind me. Believe it or not, that was only 2,000 RPM. What is up, guys? So we are going to get into this Q&A here for you guys. If you have not yet, please drop your like down below and let's get into the Q&A here. If you guys have any further questions, drop them down throughout any time. If you feel you have any question or something that you would like to have answered at some point, or maybe I can get to you guys down in the comments and I will try to get to them as soon as I'm able. Now let's get into this. I'm not going to have everybody's names because there's just a lot of names and then I have to remember to do all that. When I take you screenshots, sometimes notifications pop up, and then so the half of you guys, I'm not even gonna have your name because I just couldn't get it. So it doesn't. I'm just not gonna say names. It's just, if you know this is your question, you can put down there, hey, thanks for answering my question. Would you put the twin turbo setup on the first gen and make it a sleeper? Probably not, because that's my dad's truck and he pretty much likes it horsepower wise. We just did a bunch of towing with it and he likes it the way it's set up right now. When we were hauling a pretty good load on the gooseneck, going 60 miles an hour, that thing, trans temp was just under 200, the EGTs were around 900, and the boost was around 10. Like it was pretty good for that truck, and it pulled like nothing. I think he likes it set up the way it is. Twin turbo setup, I don't know what all that would affect, but I'm pretty sure he likes the truck set up how it is in terms of horsepower. Is an OBS Ford going to be your next build truck? Next build truck, I'm not sure. Do I want to do an OBS eventually? Yes, I want to do an OBS. I would love to have an OBS on the channel. I've always been fond of them. They've always been cool looking trucks to me. I've always, had the thoughts of buying one, and I would love to do an OBS build. Okay, would you ever wrap your truck? Would I ever wrap this truck right here? This is the second gen 1996 12 valve. Maybe once I get all the paint body work redone to where there's no rust or anything popping out, which there's really not any rust in my body other than the rocker panels, and some very, very minimal bubble on the rear fender. I would consider wrapping the truck, I really would. Okay, if you would put a bigger lift in your truck. Okay, yeah, at some point I wouldn't mind putting a bigger lift and set of tires on my truck for sure. It'd probably be like a 6-inch lift and maybe say 38s on it. Okay, would you ever buy an L5P Duramax over the 6.7 Cummins? That I do not know. I've heard from a couple other YouTubers like Dirty Max Jack. I watched some videos, a video that he put out on the L5P. I thought he took it on a test drive. He kind of did like a review on what he thought about it when he took it on a ride. And I think he said that he really liked the truck. If I'm not mistaken, I thought that's what he said, and he had said some other things about how responsive it was and all this other stuff and transmission, and he seemed to really like it. And I personally I've never been in one, I've never driven them, I don't know what they're like, but yeah, I would have no problem going with the Duramax in that regard. And over the Cummins, I don't know, it depends on what Cummins, I guess. He said 6.7. I don't know. I like them both, and I'm not one of those guys that's like really biased where it's like, oh, I'd only buy a Cummins, I'd never buy a Powerstroke or a Duramax. Like, to me, it's kind of like if it's a good, respectable engine, I have no problem going with that, building it, driving it, like not at all. Like I'll make it my own and I'll love it no matter what brand it is, what motor, it doesn't matter. If it's a good, respectable engine, I could go with it and build it and make it mine. Would you drive a 2017 Dodge or Ford? Yes, I would drive both. First mod you would recommend for a truck? There's too many. There's way too many mods to do. It's kind of like personal preference on what you would want to see done to the truck the most. Maybe headlights, because they're not too expensive and they'll change the look a lot pretty quick. Are you going to put stacks in your truck? I'm considering putting a stack in my truck, a set of twin SoFlo stacks, not the kind that are spread all the way out to each corner of the bed, the kind that come out right behind the passenger side. Duals come out of one inlet, and they come out right side by side with the 45-degree angle on the back of them. What made you choose a second-gen Cummins over Powerstroke or Duramax or another truck in general? I've already gone over this several times just because it's something different than we've ever owned. Like, I've always been around Powerstrokes. I've had nothing against Duramaxes. I'd seen a lot of videos on them, and I'd seen guys were loving them, guys were modding them out, guys were like having a good time with these trucks, and I just thought, I'm like, it seems like a solid truck. I've heard a lot of good things about them. Most guys that I see with these trucks on, YouTube and stuff, most everybody has 24 valves of these. I personally like the second gen style, but I did not want a 24 valve. I wanted a 12 valve, so it was had the P pump and everything else that I liked about it. It's just hard to beat the 12 valve, and it's hard to beat a 24 valve as well, but I personally just prefer the 12 valve. Are you going to put twin turbos on your truck? Maybe, maybe not. When are your engine upgrades coming to you, and what color are you going to powder coat everything? Engine upgrades coming soon, but I might have to do a bunch of body stuff here soon in terms of like rocker panels, removing my bed, doing framework, all that kind of crap. And I'm a little bit tight on money for this month to be able to do horsepower, and like when I go to do horsepower mods, I want to make sure I have all the money lined up so I can go in and knock out things day after day and get a bunch of stuff done. Otherwise, I'm going to be running it with, a big turbo, and I don't have the rest of the truck built up for it, or, an intake, or, this and that. Like, there's certain stuff that I can do to get one part at a time, but I don't want to run it with half butt job stuff done to it and just run it like that for a couple months, and it does damage to it in some way, and then I don't have the money set aside to actually finish the job correctly. So probably going to wait for that. So when it does happen, you're probably going to see pretty much everything getting done fairly quickly. Not quickly, but one after another when I'm working on it. Color wise, I don't know what I would color match it. Blue, red. Why did you start YouTube? Why did I start YouTube? Well, first off, I've been doing YouTube for a couple years now on my outdoors channel, and I've already kind of mentioned that earlier in the video, but I will leave that here, Brotherhood Outdoors. That is where it started. I've got hunts on there, small game, big game, all different types of stuff, some random daily vlogs, and that channel got me started, and I was loving it. Like, I was just like, when I would get like 200 views on a video, I was like, oh dude, I got 200 views, like, yes, that was a good day for me. That's back when like maybe $100 a month was like a big deal, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, I made $100, having so much fun, like just out in the woods, like doing what I loved, and I still love that stuff. Oh my gosh, like that's what I absolutely love. But I wanted to make YouTube a full-time career. Am I going to do YouTube for the rest of my life? I might do YouTube for a good portion of it. I'm sure I will, doing through this stuff, but I'm probably going to take the money that I make, a lot of it, and invest it into other areas, obviously, to make it more sustainable long term. But YouTube is just something I've always been drawn to. I've always been like fascinated by it and how people are doing it and how they're able to, make an earning through just doing something they love doing. I've always loved trucks. You ask anybody in my family, any of my friends, they will always say, I was always the guy, Thanksgiving, sitting around the table and everybody's talking about, other stuff, and I'm just sitting there talking about trucks. I just can't stop. Like, oh dad, did you see this one video on this one Cummins, and blah blah blah, and all the work this guy did too. Like, I was just so fascinated by it. I've always been drawn to that. And so I thought, you know what, doing a truck channel, if I can do it right, I'm going to be able to grow it faster than the outdoors channel. It's just outdoors, there's so many like 10-year-olds doing outdoors channels. Nothing against you if you do that, I mean, that's awesome. But there's just so many people doing outdoors channels, it was so hard to grow in that aspect. Now, I'm still doing better than a lot of the outdoors channels out there in terms of like, younger kids doing it. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers, and the last 2,000 subscribers gone up. I think it's been a lot of you guys. I haven't even really done a video on there in quite some time, which thank you, by the way, if you guys have been going over there to watch videos while you're trying to kill time waiting on my next one to come up here. I guess to sum it up, I've always loved YouTube. I've always done it, and I love trucks, and I love the outdoors. And the outdoors channel was just so tough to grow. It wasn't like my videos sucked. I mean, they weren't popular like some of the other like top end outdoors channels out there. It was just hard to grow. It was just a very saturated category to be in. You know, truck channels are starting to get that way a little bit more, but I'm getting to the point to where I'm loving working on these trucks. I freaking love it, and I just figured, why not take a camera with me every single day, film what I'm doing, and then, you know what, if it falls into place where I'm able to actually make a living off of this, that'd be awesome. If not, I'll just have to figure something else out. But so far, it's been proven to just grow and thrive, and it's doing very, very well. And so thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching the videos, because you watching the videos, leaving your likes, leaving your comments, all that stuff, haters, not haters, just true supporters, I appreciate it all, even though sometimes the haters kind of tip me off a little bit, but I do appreciate it all. It really does help out in growing the channel and making a dream of mine come true, and I am very thankful that you guys are able to sit down and watch, you know, 10 to 20 minutes a day of, you know, just me, and just really, really appreciate it. And it's just starting to become a dream come true, and I guess the reason I do it is I've just always been fascinated by it, love doing it, and I just figure, why not take out a camera and just film what you're already doing every day. And if you can get paid to do what you love, that is like, YouTube is like the perfect example of being able to get paid to do what you love. So I'm just doing what I love, and I'm just being able to, you know, create some kind of earning through that. Yeah, that was probably way too long of a response for that. Are you going to ever hook a gooseneck up to the second gen? I've gotten a lot of questions like, oh, why don't you tow with your truck? Your truck's a wussy truck. Why didn't you tow with a gooseneck? I don't have a gooseneck hitch in it, and it would be kind of dumb for me to dump $500-600 into a gooseneck hitch just to hook the gooseneck up for the heck of it, when we have 3 trucks other than that are my, you know, those other 3 are my dad's, that all have gooseneck hitches, and only one of those trucks really ever sees the trailer anyways, and that's the 7.3. And I have zero reason to haul a gooseneck right now. Like, not even the slightest reason to haul a gooseneck. Most I haul right now is a mower, and that's like 1 or 2 times a week at the most. So I really just don't have a purpose for it. Like, if I got to the point where I was hauling around a race truck, or I was, you know, hauling a truck from farm to farm or something like that for, you know, building it or traveling with it on there, yes, I would get a gooseneck, obviously, but since I'm not, I just don't see the purpose for it. So that is why I'm not hooking up a trailer to this truck. A, it doesn't have a gooseneck hitch. B, it's kind of a waste of money in my situation, because I wouldn't want to dump, you know, a couple weeks worth of revenue that I've earned on a hitch that I'm never going to use. So it just wouldn't make any sense. When are you getting a new truck? Probably anytime within the next couple of months. I'll probably be picking up another truck. Probably not going to be quite as nice. I mean, this truck wasn't like nice. Guys are going to say that, oh, your truck was trash and you bought it. Well, my truck was not nice. I'll own up to it. It was not a nice truck at first when I bought it. It was looking pretty rough. There was some stuff on it, some things on it that weren't in the best condition that I've finally gotten taken care of and fixed. Probably going to be not necessarily older, but it's definitely going to be cheaper. Just kind of expect something a little bit cheaper in this, similar age, something around there for Dodge. I don't know, we'll see. What is a good thing to keep in mind when buying an old truck before you can take a good look at the thing? Like, I mean, looking through and through. It depends if you're going to go gas or diesel. Check for blow-by. Always look around, see if there's components that you don't want to really have to pay to replace that look like they're about to go out really quick. Like, are there cracks in the frame from rust? Are there, I mean, there's so many things to look for. It just depends on how anal you are about that kind of stuff. Like, are you really, really strict about how perfect you want a truck when you go to buy it? Because the first thing was like a picture-perfect first buy for an old diesel truck. I mean, that thing was, besides price, it was $15,000, which still is not bad, but that truck was just ready to go. I mean, it was just perfect. You know, like this truck, there could have been, a typical guy would have probably have been pretty skeptical about buying it just because the bumper was rusted out. There were some rusted out components under there, like strut towers and fuel tank straps and all different other things. I'm not gonna care to list, but they were just like, they looked pretty rough to where it was almost like, I don't know if I want to buy it. Rockers completely gone. I mean, they're gone. Those rockers are shot. Overall, I'm happy with the truck now. Set up, getting closer to where I want it. I just got to do some framework and other things of that nature, and we're good to go. It just really depends on you, what you want the truck condition-wise to be in. Like, next truck I buy, I will probably not give a flip what kind of condition it is. If it has a solid motor, I'm just going to take a real good look around the motor and frame, and that's probably about it, because the rest of it I can change out myself pretty easy. Will you ever get rid of your second gen? Ever get rid of it? Maybe. Will I get rid of it soon? Probably not, because I've already dumped like $5 grand into this thing since I bought it about 2 months ago. I've got a lot of money wrapped up in this truck already, and it's only going to get more from there, so I'll probably have to hang on to this truck for quite some time. If you get a first gen project or any project, what are your plans for it? I'll give you those plans when I actually get the project, because depending on the truck that I get, Who knows? Did you ever go over 100 miles per hour in one of your trucks? No, we've never gone over 100 miles per hour in any of our trucks. How much power does your truck push out? Not sure. All I can say is stock is just under 200. I have a number 0 fuel plate slid all the way towards the front of the truck. I have 50 horsepower nozzles on the injectors, 3K governor springs, pack brake, billet flex plate, 4-inch straight pipe exhaust, and other than that, not really anything. I don't know what kind of numbers you'd be pushing out there. I'm guessing 300 plus. Don't quote me on that. I'm just taking a random guess. Does not mean anything. It's not like a factual statement. It's just totally just a guess. How much horsepower are you looking at making with your truck? Guys, this is a topic I wanted to touch on, and I'm sorry this video is getting long. Horsepower. Give me your true honest opinions with it, and because I've kind of talked to some guys, and I think that was the last question anyways, but I've talked around to some guys, and I'm trying to debate what I really want to do with my truck right now. Now, I'm not saying like for the future, but I'm just saying for like right now, what makes sense to do with my truck. And I'll tell you why. A, am I making decent money right now? Decent money for a 17-year-old that currently still 17, has not quite moved out of the parents' house yet. Yes, it's not bad money by any means. It's good enough money to move out and be on my own, which I plan to do as soon as I turn 18. I just currently have not yet because I can't even get a credit card to start building credit until I'm 18, so it doesn't really make sense for me to move out any sooner. So for the horsepower topic, let's get on to that really quick. I'm moving out soon. It's expensive to do in terms of like horsepower mods. I mean, you're talking, I was going through a list of stuff. There's a website called 12 Valve Recipes or something like that. Dude, between a transmission, injectors, turbos, I mean, there's so many odds and ends. You're looking at thousands and thousands of dollars just to get the truck to 500 horsepower. Thousands, I'm talking transmission. You're talking minimum $3 grand. $3 grand just to get it, maybe just to get the stock one built. And that's to get it built and done the right way by somebody who knows what they're doing. To go aftermarket, dude, you could be looking at 4,000 to 7,000. It just really depends. I'm just saying random numbers that sound ballpark accurate, so don't quote me on it and give me a bunch of crap in the comments. For horsepower mods, you're probably looking at, to do everything, get it to 500 and be safe at 500. I'm not talking just to delete your fuel plate, slap some massive injectors in there and say you're good to go, you're pushing 500. I'm saying to get every odd and end done the right way to be safely pushing and maintaining that kind of horsepower solid. Another $4 grand under the hood, at least $4 grand under the hood in terms of injectors and head studs and turbos and all kinds of crap. I mean, you're looking at all kinds of crap. And I'm just trying to debate whether it's really something that makes sense for me to do, not only financially. What do I need it for? Now, I know it'd be cool, and when it's not your money, everybody's going to be like, oh, dude, go for the 500 horsepower. Yeah, heck yeah, all the way, go for it. I'm just trying to decide if that makes financial sense and logical sense. Just logically, does it make sense for me to do? If maybe my truck was a tow rig, like 60 Flo. If you don't know 60 Flo, I'll just leave his name here just to kind of give him a mention here. He's got a Powerstroke that's now pushing 650 horsepower with, you know, with the correct tune on it. They needed that truck to push that because his dad's got to haul bulldozer. Well, I think he sold his bulldozer, but they were hauling bulldozers, you know, farm tractors. I mean, they haul stuff. So they wanted that truck to be able to push the same amount, you know, similar horsepower torque, mostly torque numbers up close to what their, you know, brand new 6.7 was pushing. And now they're getting, you know, they're getting up there right at where that's at. And so they needed it they had a reason to get that much horsepower put on that truck. Me personally, I don't do heavy towing with the truck. Do I plan on it? I don't know. If I got a tow truck, I'd probably get something with a little bit lower miles to turn it into a tow rig. Am I gonna tow the mess out of this truck? I don't know. And it seems like it's kind of a high mileage truck to put that kind of horsepower into. Now, I know some people are going to say 218,000 miles is not a lot, but it's higher than I would like to be dumping thousands of dollars into the truck, you know, just for horsepower miles and transmission, all that stuff. It just seems like not the right truck to dump that kind of money into. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into the truck. And not only would that be expensive, I would be freaking pretty much broke for a couple months trying to get that done. And I don't know if I just want to go through all that right now. It wouldn't make sense to do it right now. I'm in my current state. I'm trying to save up so I can move out in a couple months, and it just wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to do that right now. So I'm just trying to debate, should I just keep the truck around 300, 350 and just build the transmission, just build it up. But other than that, not dump thousands and thousands of dollars into the engine. I mean, and just go to like my 0 fuel plate. I've already got 3K governor springs in it, you know, like 50 horsepower injectors. I don't know what the difference is between injectors and the nozzles, but maybe 50 horsepower injectors, you know, new intake, and just keep it basic, clean, effective, 350 horsepower. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that's crazy, gonna cost me an arm and a leg, make me go broke, and then I've got a sick truck and no purpose for having a truck with 500 horsepower. Please be logical. Please try to make sense in the comments. And I'm not saying that you guys are going to say something completely stupid. I'm just saying, like, just like when you hear me talking about this, just please take it as like I'm trying to make what makes financially what's financially a smart decision, and what makes sense. Do I need the power right now? No. Or just stick with it. Just go for 350 horsepower, and then like if you decide you got loads of cash just to dump in, let's say 6 months, then do a horsepower build on this truck. Get a different set of wheels and tires, build the whole thing from drivetrain to transmission, everything, and then when you got that kind of cash laying around, dump it into the horsepower mods and stuff like that. Get the whole thing rebuilt or whatever. Like, I don't know. Who knows what the future holds? But for right now, I just don't know if it makes sense. Please add me on Snapchat. I'll leave it somewhere down here. My Instagram. Definitely add me on both those. Follow me. And you guys can be joined in on the next Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a respectful and encouraging comment in the comments section. There's a lot of people who leave good comments. I freaking love you guys. But for all you guys who just hate and hate and hate and hate, like, is that all you have to do with your life? Like, can you do, like, I'm trying to fulfill my dream and live my life. If you guys want to hate, just go hate it yourself. I don't know what you want to do. Just keep it clean. Like, come on. Like, it's not that difficult just to not say hateful things under a video. Like, does it just get you that bad where you have to say something just to tip somebody off? Like, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the like button. Leave your comments below. Subscribe if you have not already. Please join the fam. We are growing every single day, and the truck channel is taking off great, and I love to have you all join in on that and be part of that journey where I go when I move, when I'm building trucks with my grandpa, and all other odds and ends of stuff that's going to be taking off here on the channel very soon. And I don't want anybody to miss it, so please subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.
Doing what I love, going day to day, but I know it takes time and I'm patiently waiting. Sometimes I contemplate, cause one day you feel so close and the next is out of sight. But I know I gotta hold on tight to go back to just going out every night. Like, if I'm about to let it go now, I can live alright, live a normal life, doing 9 to 5. But I know I'm more than that. I gained this skill, wasn't born with that. At the end of the life, it's a memory.